Hello and welcome in the new episode of Check My Rack. And in every single episode of Check My Rack there is the time for a brand new grand reveal. So get ready for this one. And here we go. Bam! So after this reveal, let's get to the point. You see that Frog Engineering in its career made a great improvement from moving on from an ironing board to a real table. Today we will present a brand new system that was long waited and announced already some time ago. We already did the VFC 556 AR-15 HK416 type guns. We also did the WE AR-15 HK416 type guns, as well as the TM MWS system guns, all of them converted to fully functional HPA power system. So the new one that comes is GHK. This is a very important milestone in Frog Engineering history because this was the original target from the very beginning with the conversions, to make the conversion and the exact same type of magazine for all guns from VFC, WE, TM type and the GHK. So here we finally are. Boom! So the GHK is finally converted and, as I said, uses exactly the same type of magazine. So in practice it means that you can run your mags for all of these guns, then you can just connect the pressure to the gun, you can just load the magazine, and all of the guns from all of these brands will be just fine. How the conversion is made? Exactly the same way as the previous conversions. So there is the gas tank mounted permanently inside of the gun, and the hose is routed through the trigger guard into the pistol grip and out. Because the gun retains all the functionality that it had originally, like the real firearm, you need a special dedicated FMAG 556 in this case, which has a big cutout on the rear to make space for that gas tank that is now inside of the magwell. The magazine is fully 3D printed, which allows you to make the magazines yourself and allows for the bolt catch function. So there are some conversions, maybe not for GHK, but in general for HPA, that allow you to use the HPA in the GBBRs, but usually they don't have the bolt catch function because the magazines they use are not dedicated to perform this. Yeah? So this one is designed from scratch to allow for a bolt catch function. You see that it works, the magazine is empty, so the bolt catch works and can be released the regular way. Why to use the HPA in general? Nowadays I think this is kind of obvious. Basically the stability of the GBBRs leave very much to wish for, and in the HPA system you get very good stability of the muzzle energy regardless of the temperature outside, of the conditions. Plus of course you have perfect gun cycling and you don't need to buy green gas bottles and fill up your mags all the time. Additionally, the mags are much less prone to the failures because they have no gas components inside them. They are purely mechanical, single stack, 30 to 42 switchable magazines, purely mechanical, as I said. And the magazines are much cheaper than the gas mags. You can also make them yourself because the magazine models are available online for free and you can print them yourself. In the Frog manual section there are videos for the magazines as well as for the dedicated speedloader, so you can print both. Be sure that you use the dedicated speedloader because otherwise you risk damaging your magazines. The regular AEG speedloaders are not dedicated for these mags and will damage them. Please remember this. The link to assembly manuals for both of them are in the description of this video. Regarding the magazines, they are already well known. In the MWS release there was the 6th version, so V6 magazines. These are V7 magazines, which are not much different. They have some small tiny updates, but in general GHK will work with every type of the magazine from V1 to V7. It doesn't really make a difference. Here it will all fit. The power of such a gun depends on many factors. The conversion has the least to do with it, honestly, and the most important are the inner barrel length and inner diameter, the hop-up backing, and the NPAS valve if you happen to have one inside of your nozzle. Additionally, of course, you need a HPA regulator, because the maximum pressure you can use is 145 psi. And the type of the regulator that you will use and the pressure you will set in the regulator will also influence both the muzzle energy but also the rate of fire. You basically need to use a high flow regulator. I'm not sponsored by this company, but my favorite is the Redline Mini SFR regulator, which I highly recommend. It's also balanced, so it retains the same output pressure no matter what pressure we have in the tank. So it's important when the tank gets emptied. Having said that, in this particular gun, there was the Asia type nozzle, which had a limit of 1.1 joules in stock, so I could not go higher than this, but I replaced the nozzle to a Raytech with the NPAS, and this gun can easily reach over 2.8 joules on 0.4 gram BBs with the Mini Redline SFR on 120 psi. Again, limit is 145. So this is the GHK conversion, and we will take some shots in a moment to demonstrate how it functions. But before we do it, there is one more surprise. Because what I have in my hands right now is a WA system, Mark 18, made by Golden Eagle, Double Eagle, or some different eagle. And it's also converted to HPA, retaining the bolt catch function with the exact same conversion as the GHK. So I received some questions if there will ever come the conversion for WA system, and I said that I'm not interested in developing this because it's an old system, it's kind of dead. Of course there are some guns left on the market in private hands, but generally it makes no sense, yeah, like there are no such guns. But these Chinese brands resurrected this system lately, and I thought that it would be cool if the GHK conversion would also fit into WA, because GHK is direct descendant of the WA system, yeah? It's a bit improved, so to say. Therefore the conversion was designed in such a way that, as you see, it's also possible to make it work in the WA, and there will be a separate manual how to make it work, yeah? It's a little more complicated, and there are many different versions of WA system, like the WOC, GP, or the King Arms, or you know, there was a lot of them, and there could be tiny differences. So for this conversion you will need to make some tiny tweaks and figure out how to assemble it. It's not dedicated for this type of system, it's dedicated for the GHK, but with some skill, if you really want, you can easily make it work also in the WA. So this will be published together with the manual for the GHK in upcoming weeks. Okay, so I think I said everything. What we will do right now is take some shots, and for this we need to connect the pressure. I say it for the third time. It's 145 psi maximum, and we need to take the pressure from our Sentry Frog. I have it set here. Before you connect the pressure, always make sure that the hammer is cocked. And you can either charge the gun or make sure that it's on safe, because in general in the AR-15 system, if everything works properly, it should not be possible to set it to safe unless the hammer is cocked. And first I will take a few semi-shots just to show you how it runs without the magazine, because if I connect an empty magazine, of course the bolt catch will stop the action. We can do some full auto in this gun. Okay, I really like the action in it. And now with the magazine, whichever firing mode we select, you'll see that the bolt catch will catch. Okay, so you see how it runs. Let's disconnect it for a second. This particular gun was built to have 1.9 joules. I already said it has the NPAS with the Raytech nozzle. Nice build. Okay, and right now the Mark 18 WA system, we need to do exactly the same thing. So either make sure that you cock the hammer or just check if gun goes on safe, if it's functional. In your case, you can connect it. Alright, and when it's connected, let's take some shots. Again, first semi without the magazine. Some full auto. And now with the magazine. You see again, the gun is fully functional. So that's all for this video demonstration. We've seen the latest design of the conversion for the GHK, which can also be used with some small modifications in the WA. Make sure you will not miss the videos with the assembly manuals. For the moment, that's all. Hope you liked it. Again, this is a big milestone because finally all the AR-15 HK416 type guns from major systems were converted to HPA by Frog Engineering, and from now on we will move into some different projects which are not necessarily the AR-15, so it's about to get a little more interesting and a little more color in the range of types of the guns that can run on Frog HPA system. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you liked it, leave comments, likes, subscribe, hit the notification bell, let me know what you think, and be sure not to miss the upcoming videos about this system and all the others that will come soon. Thank you so much for watching, and may the power of GBBR be with you.